Welcome to our I Am Workshop Conversation Series, a transformative journey designed to inspire self-discovery and ignite your creative spirit. With your hosts, Anna Maria Davalos, Maria Lanes, and Maclovia Martel. Today's guest is Israel Ajose, an astrology and tarot expert with over 20 years of experience, holding an honors degree in psychological astrology. He blends traditional and medieval astrology with psychological insights. Israel's diverse background includes studies in cosmology, mythology, Kabbalah, and shamanism. Welcome to our podcast, Israel.
Welcome, Israel. Thank
you for being here.
It's a great honor to be here. Great honor to be here.
It's our honor to have you.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you our first question.
Yeah.
And that is, what was the transformative moment that changed your life and helped shape who you are today?
Yeah. Great question. I think there was kind of like a build-up back probably about 26 years ago or so. Prior to me becoming an astrologer, I was actually a boxer. And that's all I knew. That's all I did. I literally woke up every morning and just trained. That's what I was, that was my dream, at the time, and that's all I knew. That's what was my focus. I slept, drank, eat, boxing. That's all I did. And then what started to happen was my my career started to go a little bit funny. And I kind of was, I kind of, there was early signs of I was going through this kind of introspective, soul searching, trying to find myself. Is this
dark night of the soul?
Yeah, definitely. Like, is this really what I want to be doing? Am I really gonna make it? Am I good enough? Because
like doubting.
Yeah, there was this doubt, and it was like it wasn't like me first and foremost. And of course, I then lost my first fight, which to a particular person, what okay, he was good, but like I shouldn't have been losing to that kind of caliber. And especially if the dream was to become, kind of world class or world champion, it was like, well, come on, you've got to be doing much better than this level. I was getting the early signs there, but the peak of it was when my mother passed, and she died in 1999, early 1999, and that really kind of was a huge blow. And then again, I had a fight immediately shortly after she passed, to which I lost again. So this was now two in a row. So it's not looking good.
Yeah.
One of the things in boxing is, I mean, it's not that you can't lose, but you've got to try and have an unbeaten record to a good stage before maybe, and if you are going to lose, at least you want to lose to somebody on a world class level. At least they can say, "Oh well, he lost to a world champion," but it wasn't that. I wasn't nowhere near that level. So again, I kind of went more deeper into the dark of the soul, searching again. And so at the time, I was sponsored by a travel agent company. It was one of my sponsors was a traveling company, agent company. And so they rang me up one day and they said, my agent at the time rang me up and said, "Hey, look, the company's saying, look, they think you need a break. They think you're really good, but however, you need a break, and they're giving you 2 weeks holiday anywhere you want in the world. Would you just name it, whatever, destination?" And I said, "Okay." And I don't know why, but I said I want to go to India and Israel, two
Wow.
countries beginning with I, and one of them
Like
same
the first
name as
name.
me. So I
Yes.
thought, right, yeah, let's do it. Let me find some spirituality and some,
Hmm. And
some
you had
some of my
never thought
roots.
about previous spirituality before that.
I had it. Do you know what? I even as a child, it was kind of around to be honest. I recall my mother and father taking me for readings quite a number of times.
Hmm.
Not like all the time, but like I do remember quite a good number of times going to tarot card reader. Mom went to a spiritualist reader, like a medium.
Hmm.
And but at the time, so I was kind of like seeing little, but again, it was kind of like it
You
was
didn't
kind of
really
going
think,
over my
yeah,
head. I didn't know what
yeah,
was going on. What's this card stuff? And I recall people they would say, "Oh yeah, he's a Libra," and I was like, "Okay, what's a Libra?" Like, okay, so it was like, so
Whatever.
it was like things were flying around. I was kind of like around it, not deep in it, but it was kind of around. But I was kind of always open to it on
hmm,
some level, although I was still kind of Judeo-Christian thinking,
hmm.
in terms of my approach. So, but I was open to it, so that wasn't so. I suppose the introduction to it wasn't so shocking
Yeah.
per se. I went on this trip, and
Hmm.
then this is where it all kind of started. I had an astrology reading. I had two astrology readings in both countries, which kind of just blew me away. And really, I was like, I've got to learn this stuff. And well, I first went to India, and then I went to Israel, and then in Israel, the gentleman there who was actually a rabbi, and he said, look, when you get back over, he gave me a number of books to buy. He says, go and buy these books. They're really good books on astrology and start reading them. And one of them was Saturn. The name of the book was called Saturn by Liz Green.
Yeah.
So I start reading this book, and then what happens is I go on the computer one day. I think it was in 2001 or 2002, and it was coming up to my birthday, and I said, "What am I going to do for my birthday? Well, am I going to treat myself or something?" So I went on the computer, and I just bought this computer. My friend, he was into computers, and he built this computer for me. And I was on the computer, and I put in the search engine tarot for
Hmm.
some reason.
Hmm.
And then that weekend there was a tarot workshop led by Liz Green, and I thought, oh,
The
okay,
synchronicities.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. So I said, I'm attend this. So and then that weekend I went into, and I remember walking into the room, first time tarot, and she totally blew me away. It's
Yeah.
like it was, yeah. But what you're talking about synchronicity, what also happened was coming up to that same birthday, a very good friend of mine, we've never discussed nothing like this before, comes up to me and says, oh my God, I got a birthday present for you. You're gonna love it. And I was like, what is it? What is it? You gonna give some money? What is it? Is it a woman? What? No, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Don't worry. You're gonna guess what? A pack of tarot cards.
Huh.
And I'm like, and I remember opening it and thinking, why the heck you buying me this? Why would you buy me?
Did,
Why would you
yeah,
buy
why
me this?
would he
Your
buy
Like
you
mother
we've
must have
never
been
even
really
spoken
happy.
about this. This is
why would you buy
nothing
a
like
boxer some tarot cards?
so yeah, like what the heck? Like really? Like and I'm like yeah,
Wow.
when I went to this tarot course, it was like it blew me away, and then it suddenly just started to make sense that that's why he
Yeah.
got me them. And yeah, I just never looked back. And then she told me after we did the tarot course, she said, "Oh, I also do like astrology as well." And there was me and a friend at a time. We were really into the astrology stuff. And then yeah, I signed up, and then that was it. I took to it like a duck to water, and everything just started to again
Get in
synchronize
order.
and connect. And it's like, right now I'm seeing that yeah, this is part of my journey. This
And
is
they sort of go hand in
They go
hand,
hand
right?
in hand. Yeah.
yeah,
Astrology and
yeah. Oh
tarot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. Because with each tarot card, you get each tarot card is sort of like an archetype or an energy pattern,
Mhm.
which corresponds to a planet or zodiac sign. So yeah, they are
Yeah.
definitely of
Because my
the
my
brother and
daughter,
sister, you
yeah.
could say. Yeah.
My daughter Sophia started like you in athletics, and then
Right.
she started with the tarot, and now she's an astrologer. So she was
Oh
telling me the same
wow.
thing. It goes together. Yeah.
Oh
And it's like,
wonderful.
and she didn't believe in this. I mean, it was like I was the one that was doing the pendulum and the healing, and she's like, stop it. And now she's all into it, like you, yeah.
Yeah, it's very it's amazing how I think as humans again we get conditioned. We're looking for security. Of course, we want to be happy in life. You know, we want to grow up. We want to be successful in life. We want to have a good job. We want to make good money, have a car, 2.5 children, a nice house. But what tends to happen is that the universe is trying to remind us that there's so much more in this universe. There's so much more to your life
Mhm.
than this model that we've created for ourselves. And just when we think that, oh, I'm getting this, and this is why people get hit so hard with certain experiences, which sometimes appears to be quite negative or shocking, is
Yeah.
because that we build this model, this we're trying to create this quote unquote perfect world, and the universe is trying to say, hey, no, you're not that. You're bigger than that.
Yeah.
There's more to your story than
Mhm.
this thing that you're trying to create.
And what is perfect? I mean, just
Yeah.
the definition of perfect, that is in our mindset. I
I
mean,
think
Well,
we
perfect
yeah,
think
is,
we're
yeah,
comfortable.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
That
yeah.
we're like,
Well,
oh, I'm
yeah,
comfortable.
exactly. Yeah,
Boom. And
yeah.
then the tower moment.
I mean, perfection essentially is death
Uh-huh.
because
Hmm.
once something is perfect, it means there is nothing else for it to do.
Hmm.
Because it's perfect, right? It's complete. It's perfect within itself. So it cannot go beyond that. So it's death within it. So this thing called quote unquote perfection is actually the same thing that imprisons us
Mm-hmm.
or ends up killing us in the long run. We
Mm-hmm.
must always seek more. There's always more. So we
Mm-hmm.
live in an infinite universe. So
It's called on this.
infinite experiences, infinite amount of knowledge,
Hmm.
circumstances,
So are
places,
we
so
here?
it
We're
goes
here
on.
for experience. Is that correct? For
Yeah,
experiencing,
yeah, yeah.
growing.
Yeah, the soul, if you want to say, or people may refer to as the spirit, the soul is here to experience.
Hmm.
It's going through a series of experience. It's likened to like education, maybe.
Yes.
You go to nursery
School.
school or
Hmm.
kindergarten or
Hmm.
junior high or and you go through the levels, and that's how life is. It's a series of classes of learning platforms
Hmm.
and growth,
Hmm.
and everything's one huge giant recycle. You know.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
in reality, if we wanted everything to happen at once, it would be ridiculous because it
Well,
just,
yeah,
I mean, everything we want the car, we want the home, we want
right,
the significant other, the
yeah.
and if everything came at the same time, what's the point?
Well,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And sometimes we fail to see that. And again, people, you may have heard where people say, oh, it's a blessing in disguise. And yeah,
Hmm.
sometimes things happen, and we fail to see. Again, like I was saying earlier on, there's two sides to every coin, and it's for us to be able to flip that coin or be able to see the other side of that coin. We meet particular experiences, and
Hmm.
it's totally understandable. Sometimes these experiences are extremely heavy,
Hmm.
very painful. We experience sorrow,
Hmm.
at all levels. But we fail to realize that there's also another side. And sometimes what we fail to also realize is that sorrow, sometimes that discomfort which we experience, is actually preparing us for something even better and greater.
Mm. Yeah,
You
I've heard
see,
that. I've heard
you
that.
know,
Yes.
yeah, you know,
It's a
so
prepping us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like the saying, you know, that a lot of people, bodybuilders, for example, people who work out in the gym, they say, you know, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that's very
Mm-hmm.
true, you know.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
The I think it was Khalil Gibral who quoted that our pain is nothing but the breaking of the shell, which is there, which is making us bringing, you know, bringing out that, breaking us out of that, so
Mm-hmm.
that we can experience something new, so we
Yeah.
can
Uh-huh.
experience the divine. If the egg doesn't break, the chicken doesn't the chicken doesn't come alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna die there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that we got to break the egg. It's like they say, you got to break an egg to make an omelet, right? We got to break, something's got to break, something's got to shatter, you
Mm-hmm.
see. So we have to try to, and it's very difficult in the moment, when someone's grieving or someone's going through a particular painful experience, but we have to at some point realize that that experience was the breaking of something
Uh-huh.
into something, so that we become the phoenix that rises out the ashes, and we're reborn, and
Mm-hmm.
we move on to something bigger and better, you
So,
know.
how does astrology and tarot support us? Does it guide us? Does it give
Yeah.
us some guidance into where our
Most
future?
definitely, yeah. What astrology and tarot do is that they help us see the bigger picture. They help us. It reflects to us what is really happening
Mm-hmm.
in our unconscious or subconscious mind. It helps us see the blind spots. Again, we want the simple life. We just want,
Mm-hmm.
we're living in a very, like I said, good or bad, yes or no, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. Whereas there's so many different other mitigations and other factors at work. So astrology and tarot allow us to be able to see the bigger picture for what it really is, and through that, when it enables us to be able to make better choices.
Mm-hmm.
If you make better choices, there's the saying, if you know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
you make better choices in life, you're because every action sets off, you know,
A
you know,
reaction.
exactly, and that
Action
you
and
speak
reaction.
about karma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we make a better choice, then that produces, you know, they say success breeds success.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you make a healthy choice, you make a healthy, it becomes as
Mm-hmm.
a healthy outcome,
Mm-hmm.
right? A
Mm-hmm.
healthy response. So it's all about, again, being able to live a more fulfilled life and not get trapped in the some of the mundane conditionings or understandings, or what we feel our life should be about, or what we're aiming. Where us as human beings, we always have to remember we're kind, not to say that what we're thinking about, if I say, oh, I want a Mercedes car, I want a Mercedes car. Okay, it's not that it's bad that I want a Mercedes car, but it may be limiting
Mm-hmm.
in some way that
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for that Mercedes car. And the universe might be saying, yeah, no, 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 there's something bigger. There's something bigger than the
Yeah.
Mercedes car.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Like,
That's
you know, try focus on this.
It's like you manifest what you are, not
Yeah,
necessarily what you want, and that's
yeah,
something that I
exactly.
always say. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. The universe is constantly mirroring back to us what we are projecting,
mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever you project. If you go in front of the mirror, whatever you're wearing is what you're going to see back. You're not going to see
Exactly.
something else.
You teach
Correct,
astrology.
yes,
Now, what's
yes.
the
Mm-hmm.
difference between traditional and medieval
Okay.
astrology?
Good question. So when people normally speak about traditional astrology, they're speaking the astrology that was practiced by the ancient Babylonians or ancient Egyptians, what was also practiced very highly amongst the Hellenistic Greeks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, um, that is normally, so they have a particular approach or understanding or set of rules, in terms of how to delineate a chart or to,
Hmm.
interpret the chart. So they're known as traditional because they're kind of like the foundations, if you want to say, in astrology as we see it today.
Mm-hmm.
Much of what even quote unquote modern astrology is practicing essentially is built on
Hmm.
Hellenistic, Greek, Egyptian, Babylonian concepts.
Hmm.
But what has happened is over the years, some things have sort of like fell off, or some people don't practice it anymore. So traditional astrologers still tend to keep with the traditional rules, if you want to say, and concepts and understandings. And they of course, it's updated, but they're sticking with those rules.
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened was, so you had the Babylonian, Egyptian, the Hellenistic, Greek period. So that was roughly about just before like 2,000 years ago. So maybe about 2, 3 centuries, BC kind of thing, around that era. That's when it was really flourishing, if
Hmm.
you want to say.
Uh-huh.
But then after the Christian era, then we had what was known as the medieval era. Medieval era, kind of, we can kind of say early, maybe like fourth, fifth century,
Hmm.
AD, or
Hmm.
is when the medieval era. Now, the medieval era is highly influenced by the Arab world.
Hmm.
This is when, obviously, during the time of Muhammad, which they said was like what, 6,000 AD or something.
Hmm.
So the Arab world really started to flourish.
Hmm.
You had huge empires, Ottoman Empire, all those kind of empires that came also as well, way after. So a lot of it, they took a lot of they took. There's not much difference really between traditional and medieval.
Hmm.
But what the medieval astrologers did is they kind of expanded again upon what was already there from the Hellenistic Greeks, Egyptians, and Babylonians. They kind of
Hmm.
expanded on it, added things, added new kind of ideas and concepts to it, and then so that became medieval. So there's not much difference, but they're quite similar.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of stick with the same rules and things like that, but there are a few other things that it's like, okay, that's a medieval understanding or a medieval technique, so to speak.
It's
And then
connecting the dots, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
yeah, yeah,
how did they come up with this? I
yeah.
mean, the astrology is just it's very it can be a bit confusing if you don't know it. So I'm just
Yeah,
wondering
because
how
there's
did they come up
houses.
with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They say, how do we come up? It's through observation.
Hmm.
Um, from uh, uh, from time immemorial, from the time of our ancestors, or if you want to say early man,
Hmm.
or even if you want to go with the biblical creation that we came through Adam and Eve. I mean, there are various mythologies around the world. Every culture has their mythology in terms of
Hmm.
how the world came about and how humans started life. There's no doubt about it that the first things that the first humans would have been seeing was the rising and setting of the sun and moon, right? And they would have noticed that, hey, there's a full moon there every
Which we just
every
had.
28 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just every 20. Oh, isn't that the full moon? We had that 20, and then
Yeah.
they started using it as markers and
Hmm.
timers,
Hmm.
and this is how we have the clock today. It's all based on the movements or the
Hmm.
celestial bodies, and how we're perceiving them.
I have
So
sorry to interrupt you here,
yeah,
but
no,
before
go
you keep
ahead.
it, because it's a question that I was talking yesterday to Maclovia. The Egypt and Mexico, the pyramids. I mean, there's a
Right.
lot
Yes.
of myths that they're saying, okay, that was extraterrestrials. How did they do it? I mean, they didn't have
Yeah.
the technology that it's today. I mean, it's the same at that time.
They. You see, a lot of I know people. I'm not buying the extraterrestrial.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
personally not. I feel that human beings, we. I think what happens is I'm convinced. I don't have any full proof of it,
Uh-huh.
but I feel what happens is this world goes through kind of like a huge giant cycle,
Hmm.
and I feel like at some point it's almost like there's like a reset. button where it all kind of goes back again, start again,
Like
and all
computer.
start from the beginning. Like, yeah. And I think that's what happens. So what happens is I feel at certain times, certain cultures are privileged in a way to certain knowledge or know-hows, and it allows them to create things that goes on for thousands of years, and then that knowledge is then forgotten, and then something else may come up as well. So I feel that the Mayans, the Aztecs, these great civilized,
The
Olmecs,
Incas,
the
Incas in
Incas,
South America,
these
yeah.
great civilizations. I feel like they were privileged to certain knowledge that more than likely was there way before them, but then disappeared. But then they were, the gatekeepers
Recreated
of
it.
it, if you want
Yeah.
to say, and they were. But I'm not buying that. I'm open that okay, but I feel that it was done by human beings. I mean, I'm open to the idea of they could have well have been a Atlantis and Lemuria and these ancient civilizations which they spoke about. I feel a lot of what we're doing right now, computers, IT, new age stuff, I feel it's been done before. I
Yeah,
think we're just coming back.
the AI, yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a,
I
yeah.
think we're just coming back round again. I think it's just it's a big cycle. So we're looking at this and thinking, oh, nuclear, the ancients didn't have this. And I'm thinking, at one point they did. I think
How
they
do you,
did, and I think there's just a reset, and it all collapses, and then it's sort of it just kind of, and we start back again, kind of like a Stone Age, and we start and we all start going back again. That's my theory, that's my
That's your
take on
take
it.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Shamanism, how did it was at the same time you got into that also?
Yeah, yes, yes. Shamanism was because well again I was born in London, UK, but my parents are from Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their own amongst the tribe from which my parents belong. They're known as the Yoruba tribe in
Mm-hmm.
West Nigeria, southwest Nigeria, and they are very. They have a spiritual concept. It's known as the Ifa,
Mm-hmm.
and within the Ifa, they have a number of sort of like philosophies and spiritual disciplines and divination and healing and knowledge about the plants and things of that nature. So when I got into astrology, that's what kind of opened the world of shamanism to me as well. My take on shamanism is a little bit of a blend, if you want to say. I have taken from my own ancestral cultural backgrounds, but also looked at other shamanistic cultures that I've taken from there also as well, and just kind of made sort of like a kind of a bit of a cocktail, if you want to say, understanding of it. But essentially, a shaman is again, a shaman is a quote unquote priest,
Mm-hmm.
or a spiritual person. Some people refer to, they say, oh, witch doctors, and in South Africa they have the sangomas. Amongst the Yoruba, where my culture's from, they have babalawos, right? So they're known as the father of secrets or the fathers of mysteries. So
Yes.
they are privileged to spiritual understandings. They deal with the more spiritual, psychological aspects of people in the community, and they see people and they may divine for them, but they also will have also ways in to help people maybe produce certain rituals that people can do in order to better their lives. It could be physical also as well. So they'll have herbal treatments and things of that nature. They
like
may also have
medicinal?
medicinal. They may also have things that are sort of like hallucinogenics, for
Mm-hmm.
example, that can allow one to sort of like go into that other world,
Yeah.
that spiritual
Yeah.
world, so to speak, and they have access to that too. So
Do
yeah.
people use the shaman as let's say they have an attachment, an energy attachment? Do they
Yeah.
use shamans as well for?
Like
Oh
a
yeah,
cleansing.
most definitely, most definitely.
Mhm.
It's used for all. It could be something emotional. It can
Mhm.
be, like I said, it can be physical. It can be emotional. It could be psychological or psycho-spiritual, as I like to call it. It can be. People go to them for any particular
Any.
issue. To be quite honest, the shamans are essentially they are what the therapists, counselors, healers, astrologers,
Mhm.
tarot card readers.
Mhm.
That's the shaman was them.
Yeah,
That's who they were.
that's the truth.
People would go to them. Oh, I've got a problem with my marriage. My wife's not listening.
Mhm.
Oh, and then he would like, okay, really, okay, no problem. I got something for you. Don't worry.
Like a therapist.
Put this,
Yeah.
yeah, put
Yeah.
this
Mhm.
under your pillow or something like
Mhm.
that, or
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more than a therapist because they heal your
yeah,
body. Well, I'm from Ecuador, South America,
yeah.
so we have the Amazon and our shamans also, but with ayahuasca. I don't know if you've heard of it. So
Of
you
course,
go
most
into the.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. Ayahuasca, peyote, all these kind of these. Yeah, yeah. Oh, most definitely. These
Have
are
you
all
tried?
extremely
Yeah. Have you
spiritual.
tried? Have you
Yeah,
tried it?
no, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I do wanna. I do want to. I do want to. I want to do. Neither one of the mushrooms. All of these. I haven't tried none of them. I tried something a bit similar. It was from. It's called the iboga or
Yeah.
ibogaine, and it's yeah, again, it's used a lot for like addictions, for people who again are trying to come off addictions or who've had traumatic experiences. It's good for healing in that sense, and I've tried that, and that was quite a great one, powerful experience. But I haven't tried, yeah, I haven't tried ayahuasca or peyote or mushrooms yet, but it's something that yeah, I'd love to explore. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you're welcome when you want to come to Ecuador because
Oh man,
we can do a workshop
you're the one.
there.
I'm calling you first. Hey man, I'm on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm on the
And
plane.
Maglovia will film everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
so you spoke a bit about the moon, the cycles of
Yes,
the moon. How important
yes.
is the moon?
The moon is extremely important. In astrology, I would even say, although the sun is obviously the king in a sense, because it's the sun that gives us light and it
Mhm.
provides the day, and
Mhm.
we can't do nothing without the sun, and neither can the moon, because the moon is also taking of the sun's light also as
Mhm.
well in order to shine. But in a sense, I would say the moon, I mean, other than the sun, or just as important as the sun, is the moon. Definitely. There's no two ways about it. The moon is very important. It's the closest planetary celestial body to us here on Earth.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So the moon is like our mother in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's the moon that's actually keeping us, you know, in check. The moon is connected. We see direct correlation with the tides, the
Mhm.
rising and the setting of the waters. We see that. And we have to remember the human body is 75% water.
Water.
So the moon
Yeah.
is having a direct influence on us. Hence why they have seen in the past direct correlation studies where they've seen that when it's a full moon, that more people tend to get aggressive. The hospitals tends to be more busy during that particular time. Insane asylums tend to be more busy. People tend to get more drunk during a full
Mhm.
moon. High activities. You can see also other activities. For example, in the wild, for example, animals tend to give birth during the full moons.
Mhm.
Oysters open up during the full moons. There was even an experiment which was conducted, I think it was in San Francisco, where they took a bunch of these oysters and they took them down into a lab, and they noticed that even when the full moon, they were all opening up. And they were in a lab. They couldn't even see the moonlight. They were downstairs in the lab somewhere, and they knew that they corresponded to the moon. So the moon is hugely, hugely important to us,
Uh-huh.
physiologically. and also it represents our emotions also as well.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for you females, the moon
The
is
female,
really
this the
important
cycle, yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's connected with your menstrual cycle. The female has the menstrual cycle every 28 days, which is when the
That's
moon's
what I was
back to
gonna
shift.
ask. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
So there's a
it's the feminine
direct
energy.
correlation. Yes, it's the feminine energy, right? So the moon cannot be ignored in astrology, and the different moon phases, the waxing phase, the waning phase, new moon, full moon, first quarter, last quarter, all correspond with particular events,
Mm-hmm.
human behavior here on Earth. We can see direct correlations.
Mm-hmm.
It is truly amazing and very, very important. So the moon, and it's interesting because everybody tends to know their sun sign in astrology, but many people don't know their moon sign.
Where's my moon sign?
Yeah. It's like,
I
so
think
moon
I'm a
sign is
Leo. I'm a
Leo moon.
Leo moon. I have a Pisces rising and I'm a Virgo.
Okay. Oh,
Oh my God!
Pisces
Oh my
rising
God!
Virgo. Two polar opposites.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what's
what I
going on
heard.
here?
That's what Laura said.
Yeah, yeah.
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 I always refer to that kind of setup as a bit of a walking contradiction. It's like,
Yeah.
I
no,
kind of
Pisces
am.
rising Virgo. Like, what's that? What's what I'm a
Yeah.
Pisces. I'm a Virgo. What am I?
Yeah.
But it's your the time that that you were born, right?
That's what. Yeah, that's
Because
how we.
I'm February 2nd. I'm an Aquarius, but
Okay.
for
Oh,
the
she's
time I
very
turned 30,
Aquarius.
yeah,
Right.
I'm crazy.
No, she's a healer. She's very, yeah.
I'm a healer also, yeah. And I was born
Crazy is
at
good. We like
yeah,
crazy.
8:30 p.m. So supposedly I'm a Leo. My other that's what my daughter was saying. I'm a Leo,
Right.
but it's like still I don't
You
know
can
where
see
my
that
other.
too.
So you have Leo rising, maybe?
I have Leo rising. Yeah, that would be my
Leo, so
rising
so
because of
again similar. Okay, so you both got the same kind of thing. You got the opposite. So Leo
yeah,
rising, but you're an Aquarius. So
yeah.
again, that you've got the two old
Mm.
opposite because they're opposite signs.
Hmm.
So
And
so Aquarius and Leo are they're opposite each other.
yeah, and that's how we help each
Keeps
other,
us
the three of
grounded.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
we did numerology, so I'm a 9.
I'm a
a number
6.
Maclovia
nine.
is a
Very
6, and Lolly,
Is a
the
3.
other one is a 3. And
it's a three.
everything for us, a good luck number in everything is the
Three six
333.
nine.
Yep.
I like
Yeah,
that. That's a good combo. That's a good combo. Three
yeah.
six nine. I like it. I like it.
Three
Yeah.
I
three
like it.
crazy women here for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
interview. The other
Is
one is
is
coming in soon.
is it possible to do just a short kind of collective reading astrology or
Yeah,
on
like when you say yeah, we can do what when you say
Oh,
collective in
well
terms of like
what's gonna
for
happen?
well with
for the nation, for the country, for the
for the
world. I mean,
for the world
yeah, for the world. Yeah,
or there
I mean, lots of things are
or
happening.
United States, you know.
Yeah. I mean, lots of things are happening. We're getting some really big planets making major shifts. The planet Uranus right now is currently in Gemini, but will be moving back into Taurus
Mm-hmm.
for a short period, and then April next year he's going to move back again into Gemini again, where he's going to be for the next 7 years.
Mm.
So that's going to be extremely very interesting. Uranus in Gemini is really going to take things like AI to definitely the next level.
Mm.
I feel America's going to be a major. Anytime there's a big
Crisis.
planetary shift,
Hmm.
you will tend to find it being manifesting in places like America. Not all the time, but many of the time. And one of the reasons behind that is because America is, quote unquote, the leading, if you want to say, country in the world. I mean, okay, people say, oh, well, why does it have to be America? Well, listen, there's always, again, errors. If you go throughout history, there's always been times where particular groups of people, countries have been leading the world. The ancient Egyptians, when they were, on top of that they were running things. The Babylonians
Hmm.
had their time. The Romans had their empire. The Greeks had theirs. India had great, empires. China. Ming dynasties,
So we
right?
were just the
So
next in line.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. We we
And
we were speaking
just
about
the
Olmecs,
wars.
and yeah,
Wars. I mean, in South America, we
yes,
overthrew for a while. In 5 years, we overthrew every single president. We were used to
yes,
living in chaos, and it's like United States has been so stable that. And I know stability, chaos also, you evolve with chaos and transformation. It's
yes.
part of the transformation. And that's what I always thought what you were saying. I mean, it needs a shake. They need to shake everything for self-awareness, right? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, so Uranus moving, I think this is going to give rise, it's going to be taking quote unquote AI technology to the next level because Uranus is a planet which is strongly linked
Mm-hmm.
with things like computers, things that are innovative, futuristic, scientific projects.
Mm-hmm.
These are all quote unquote Uranian, which is referred to Uranian in astrology.
Mm.
And now he's going to be moving into a sign like Gemini. Now, Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, and this is a zodiac sign which is really concerned with communication.
Mm-hmm.
So all kinds of, so it's almost like how can it's almost like the could you imagine maybe the top IT guy in the world working or starting to work for the biggest IT company.
Mm.
It's kind of like that. It's like, whoa,
Okay.
you got the guy with the brains, the top IT, and he's going to be given the most powerful computer and gadgets to be able to work with. It's like, whoa, it's
So technology is just going to explode.
oh man,
Yeah.
it's going
Yeah.
to go through the roof.
Yeah.
We're going to
So
see. I'm
there's a
telling you,
lot of
like
people that are gonna lose their jobs because they're not needed anymore, right? So we have to be
exactly,
more
exactly,
creative, and that was some of the reason that we created this podcast is that
right,
we needed to put a little bit of light around the world and do something different that we're not gonna get replaced by AI, and that is love and that is
right.
connection. I don't know if AI is ever gonna connect the way human beings are. What do you think about that?
I feel it will.
You think it will?
I'm convinced. As a matter of fact, I know it will. You see, a movie, a very interesting movie came out quite a number of years ago featuring Will Smith called I, Robot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it's quite interesting. And I feel people need to watch that movie properly. And there was a part in it where the gentleman who created these robots, because he died or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but he was trying to explain that there was something about these robots, they're becoming more and more human.
Mm.
And there was a bit in the movie where he was saying that, when they put these robots together, they huggle together and they seek the light, just like how human beings are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
what it is they're going to learn. And the reason why they're going to learn and the reason why they're going to have it is
Hmm.
because anything that you see, and this is why the ancients, it seemed a bit silly, ancient shamans, if you go into all ancient civilizations, they spoke about everything having life, everything has soul, even a
Mm.
stone.
Mm.
We're often taught in biology or chemistry that there's living and non-living things. There's no such thing as
It's all
everything is
energy.
living.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this AI, this robots,
It's
is
energy.
energy. It's got a soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, fine. Because we're creating it or we're putting things together, it's a bit mechanical. All right, yeah, fine. But it has soul. And as time goes on, the soul of the machine also is going to develop. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually, you're absolutely right. There's going to be human beings. People are not going to be quote unquote lonely anymore because you can have robots to be able to talk to and
But
to give you.
Claudia, you could get a boyfriend, a robot, the perfect one.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yeah, but you see, this is you see again pros and cons to everything.
Yeah.
So again, science, technology will aim to replace, if you want to say, or substitute certain humanistic characteristics or concepts and ideas, but by doing that, you're also taking away from in other ways also as well. So I feel what's going to happen is there's going to have to be a balance, and just like what you said there, yes, we're gonna have to create new things. I feel we're in an era now where the universe is trying to say to us, guys, you need to step up your consciousness. You're getting ready for the next level.
Mm.
So it's going to look on one level like, oh my God, robots are taking over and there's nothing else for us to
So
do.
there'll be a lot of
No,
fear.
of course, there's
Mm-hmm.
going to be huge amounts of fear.
Mm-hmm.
But what the universe is saying is like, guys, wake up,
Mm-hmm.
next level.
Fifth
You
dimension.
and that
Yeah.
next level is going to be new creative things and new dimensions. So you're never it's never going to be like, oh yeah, robots will be operating on one level, but we got to start operating on higher levels also as well. So we
Yes.
got to be start moving on higher dimensions and operating on higher levels. So we're gonna I people are very fearful, and I understand. It's like people are very concerned,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, oh, these robots, everything's taken over. Half of the jobs are going because you're going to have driverless cars. There's not going to be no need for drivers, counselors, because these robots are going to be able to do your job
Mm-hmm.
200 times quicker than you can. They're going to be able to write emails, or bank tellers. You're going to be able to go into a bank and it's just going to be how much you want, man, bro, and it will count it out and it will not make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to pay them either. So, what's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen with all humans? So, humans are going to have to find a new way. You're going to actually be surprised. Some of the old stuff that we've kind of left and
Yeah.
forgotten about will start coming back, and that will start being a new niche, you know. So this is essentially what's going to happen. But I understand, I can see, and it's quite interesting because in the history, when anytime you've seen when there's been a shift with industrial revolutions, for
Mm.
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
um these big companies come and whatever, and it's always had a huge effect, and it's always seemed to have affected the people of the working class
Mm-hmm.
or the poorer people in
Yeah,
society,
always.
right?
Yeah.
But this time it's different.
It'll be a collective.
Well, not only that, it's really going to target the middle class, the white collar people, because it's their jobs that is going. You see, their jobs
It,
is what is the one is what's going to be threatening. It's these big bankers and these white collar jobs who are earning X amount of the.
the
Well, you're not
billionaires.
needed anymore, right? We got a machine that can do your job 10 times quicker than you and
Mm.
smarter than you too as well. So you got to go. So this time it's not so much the poor people that's there. It's actually, and this is what's going to be a big shift. Like, when they realize that, oh, I'm not the big banker's not needed anymore.
Yeah,
Like AI will do your job 10 times better than you, and
of
will not miss
course.
a penny. Everything will be accounted for, so we don't need you. So those are the jobs that are really going to be under threat. So
Interesting.
and that's what's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
huge. It's almost like we got
Mm-hmm.
to. It's like a quantum leap. We got to step into that onto
Yeah.
that next
Yeah.
level. So what's
Yeah.
the new creativity? So it's okay that this AI is coming in, a new technology. I'm happy about it. I'm fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm welcoming it in. But
Yeah.
what do we do? What as human beings? What is the next step for us? Where are
Mm-hmm.
we going to take it? Because
Mhm.
human beings, we're always going to be needed, and we
Yeah.
always need that human connection and that human
Mm-hmm.
touch and that
Yeah.
human feel.
But
Yeah,
I know creativity, I think AI could do create things. Is it
yeah.
doing right now? But sense of humor, I mean, I have the AI, I mean, that's like, well, they can do it. I mean, you said that they can start learning. I
AI
mean,
will never
everything
have
is
a sense
learned.
of humor like a
The, the,
I don't
Leo.
the,
know. They're
yeah.
not gonna have our sense of humor, McLovin. They have to
Never.
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
on
they
learning.
will.
Never.
They will. They will.
Yeah.
They'll have our sense of humor.
We'll have
They,
like
they, they'll, they'll have our sense
comedians.
of humor.
Yeah.
They will. But and this is why we have to step it up.
Yeah.
This is why we're gonna have to be one, two, three steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
They are gonna learn our sense of humor. They're gonna learn our
Mm-hmm.
ways. But it's going to be at a particular level. So it's going to be us. We have to take it to the next level where they can't, where, the soul has to evolve. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where that's going to be, the big question is because it's going to be different things for different people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I will ask Chat
Yeah.
GPT
Yeah.
questions,
Right.
astrology,
Yeah.
and it answers.
Yeah.
And I'll ask about a friendship, it answers. So I'm like, connecting me to another dimension,
Another realm.
another reality.
Not yet. Not
no.
yet. It's still doing stuff on this. We're still
Okay.
on this 3D plane, if you want to say.
Yeah.
But it's not taking that leap
Okay.
yet. But
It
it will do.
I
It
was
will.
wondering where it got this information. I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah, it remembers. It remembers everything
remember,
you've been
because it's
asking.
collecting data from everybody.
Yeah.
Remember,
Okay.
it's like a huge brain. So it's
Okay.
collecting data, just like in iRobot. It's anything. So if I write maybe a thesis on something and I upload it or I send it on the internet, it grabs it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's just written about that, and it's able to just pull,
Wow.
from different
Wow.
places.
That's
It's like,
amazing.
right, okay. Oh, so you asked a question.
And
Right,
you can use it as a psychologist also. And the good thing
right.
right now is that it's always the other person's fault. It's never my fault. He's always with
Exactly.
me. So it's my self-esteem is like so high. It's like I knew it was his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's gonna
Exactly.
be changing because a psychologist can be really hard on you.
Right, yeah.
AI is like I knew it was his problem.
Well, Annie has
projections.
Annie has a question that she wraps up
Yeah.
this interview with. We would love to do another hour with you, but
Yes.
I know you're busy.
Oh,
And
please, yes.
yes.
Yeah, we can do chapter 2. But the
We
question
have
We'll
to
do
do
the
chapter 2.
sequel.
Yeah, definitely.
we always end up with
the
a question.
We got to
The
do a
trilogy.
trilogy.
Yes.
You got to
Let's
do
do
a
a
trilogy.
We end up the question, then a card that McLovia will take, and maybe Israel can take a card also for us because we need it.
Yeah, no problem.
Israel, what would be your message to humanity at this moment? So all the audience international could just listen to you right now.
That's a good one. My message to humanity would be open, continue to learn, grow, and embrace the future. That's what my message to humanity essentially would be. Fear not.
No fear.
Keep learning. No fear.
Fear not.
Fear comes from a place of insecurities, which is totally understandable, especially when we don't know what's happening. But it's actually in that dark moment. It's actually in that dark moment where the light comes on. Sometimes we have to go in that dark in order to find the light. It's actually there. So fear not. Every human being encounters some area. It's a part of life itself. We're wired up that way. So fear not. Embrace the future and continue to grow, learn, and keep looking forward to the next day. Keep looking forward to tomorrow, you see. Which is very difficult because sometimes we're sentimental beings as well, and we want to hold on to things that are dear to us and things that we love and things that are precious to us. But life continues, and this is part of what psychology and astrology and tarot, which we've been talking about,
And
essentially is
spirituality.
teaching us that everything is a cycle, everything is cyclical, right? It's not linear as we've been led to believe, you see. So, yeah.
That's
I love
beautiful.
it. And the here and now, I mean, yeah, I love Maclovia, you wanna how do we start?
If people want to get a hold of you, where can they get a hold of you?
You can get hold of me on my website, which is www.sacredplanets.co.uk. You can get hold of me on Instagram, which is Sacred Planets, TikTok, Facebook, same thing, Sacred Planets. You can get hold of me. Even if you Google my name, Israel Ajose, my website should come up. So yeah, it's I'm quite easy to get hold of, I think.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
Yeah. I've actually got two websites. So you've got www.sacredplanets.co.uk or sacredplanets.com. So I got both. I've got both. So yeah. And my info's on there, and yeah, you can look me up and check me out.
I usually pull a card at the end.
Yeah.
So I have these angel.
Right, the angel, right.
McLove is the one that
In the
falls.
top.
So no,
And this is for
Is
you.
this for all of us?
no,
For
no,
you.
just for you,
It's
because then
your
you can do to us
just a
what's going to
Okay,
message,
happen.
okay,
a
okay,
message from the
okay. Right.
angels. So this card, oh,
What do
listen.
we got?
It just says listen. I'll read it.
Listen.
Yeah. Let me
Okay.
see. It
What does it say?
says, quiet your mind and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet, receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you to listen. Just listen.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now
I
it's
get
his
that.
turn with
Makes it
us.
makes makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And
Israel, you are fantastic, amazing.
oh,
Thank you.
hold on a
Oh,
second,
yeah.
McLovia. He has one for
Yeah.
us. Yes.
I'm not gonna let you go without getting a tarot card.
Yeah. I mean, we just told him to listen. Now, what is he gonna tell us? One for me and
so,
one for
so
you.
yes, exactly. So who's going first? Is Anna going first or
Anna Maria.
Okay, Anna Maria. Okay,
They
so I'm
breathe.
gonna pull out a card for you. Let's get a shuffle, and I'm just gonna split the deck, and let's see what you get. What are you getting? Oh, you got the Three of Pentacles.
What is that?
What does that mean?
Nice. So the Three of Pentacles, it's about growth. It's about expansion. It's often associated with work, finances. It's connected to the mundane life, the mundane world. Work, finances, career. This card indicates that you are you're going to be expecting some growth. Growth is going to be happening for you. It's about acceptance. There could be maybe an offer also as well that may be presented towards you, maybe a work or a job or maybe a contract or something of that nature that is actually in the pipeline. It's a really good card, and like I said, it's to do with building and growing and expanding on some kind of level on the material plane in relation to your career and your finances, your physical also well-being too. So this is what
Oh,
this card essentially is about
oh.
for you. So
That's
no,
that's a
Thank you. And it's
yeah.
for the
that's it.
both of us because we work together and for Lorly, so it's for
Ah,
the
there
three
we
of
go.
us.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. That's really good.
Okay.
I like that.
Thank
I
you.
like
And now
that.
for McLovia.
Right. Let's pull out a card for you.
Yeah, we're all
So,
connected. So if money comes
yeah, we're gonna
to her, it
connect it.
comes to
Let's
you and
see.
vice versa.
Yeah, what we're gonna get here. Let's go. Oh, okay. Six of Cups.
Six of
So you
Cups.
got the Six of Cups. This is good. Six is good. Six, and isn't your number six?
Yes.
You got the Six of Cups is still there. So you got the six. So the Six of Cups is about it's more on the emotional level. Now, this card is about harmony.
Mm.
It's about peace, tranquility, harmony. Now, but it's also connected to the past.
Mm.
So it's indicating past memories, happy times that you've experienced in the past. But what it's indicating is that there's something about the past, about these happy moments, which are going to be presenting themselves in the near future or in the now.
Good.
And this is what this card is about. It does, though, warn against about being, don't get stuck in the past.
Okay.
In some sense, like you create the new happiness, create new happy times, and this is what this card is about. There may be somebody who you haven't seen or heard from in a while, or from your past that you're
Mm.
going to be reconnecting with or seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what this card is about. But it's a really nice card. The Six of Cups is really about balance. It's about harmony. It's about peace, and it's indicating that you're coming into that. So
That's what
really good
I've
stuff.
been sort of manifesting
Oh,
is the harmony and grounding
oh,
and
right. Yeah.
because
This
I
is
went
really
through
good.
a rough
It's really
patch.
good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a nice card. Very harmonious, very peaceful, very loving card. And it's something that also, like I said, more on the emotional. So it's just feeling very peaceful on that emotional level, emotional
Perfect.
satisfaction and happiness. Yeah.
That's
6 was
beautiful.
always good.
That's beautiful.
Oh, great. So we got the 3 and the 6. Well, I like that.
Yes.
We got the
Yes.
3 and the 6. Because you got
Annie,
the
you got
3
the
and you
3
got
and I
3.
got
Yeah.
the 6.
And
I
6.
totally
Yeah.
believe in this now.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm telling
we
you.
already
I'm
have
telling
it,
you. No
Maclovia.
coincidences there.
Well, Israel, you're
You're amazing.
fantastic. You're amazing.
Oh, no. Thank
Would
you.
it- would it
Thank
be-
you. Thank you.
Can we have you on again sometime?
Please, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Like next week. When's your next
Yeah.
one? I want
Okay.
in. I want
We'll
in.
We can
talk.
do chapters, and we can do something with Israel because I have my daughter Sophia, that's also an astrologist, that we can have some kind of like
Yeah, please. Yeah,
debate
yeah.
and
And Lolly will
conversation.
join us.
And
She's
Lolly
the
will
other-
join us.
Yes,
definitely
yes, that
as the
would be
minister.
that would be great. That would
You'd
be
love
great.
Lolly.
And we
She's-
can do something maybe around the new moons or full moon or something,
yeah.
or we can talk about some more planetary alignments that are, because 2026 is going to be a big year,
Workshops.
and we're going to have the big Neptune moving back into Aries, and so we got to Saturn's going to be going back into Aries as well.
So this
we're
would be a great
getting-
interview for maybe in a few weeks when it's December, and we could talk about
Yeah. Oh,
the
most
new year.
definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, please.
So
Any
we're with the
questions for the next
t-shirts,
time?
Maclovia.
what?
Our t-shirts.
Oh,
We're in the
so
eye
Oh.
of
I am
conversation.
I am. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we got the merch. We
Yeah.
got the
You got the
merchandise.
merch as well. I am. I like that. I like that. I was
Yeah.
wondering what she was doing there, showing me this. I was like, hey, what's am I
What
on the
is she
right
gonna
show?
show me? You're great, Israel.
You are fantastic, and we're going to do this
No.
again in a few weeks.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much,
Thank
Israel.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.